You will most frequently encounter the CAM extension as a Gerber CAM job file or a Casio digital camera picture. This format functions as either a precise template for manufacturing printed circuit boards or a legacy image format from the dawn of consumer digital photography. I'm Evan Brooks, Certified Support Engineer. Let's find out if we're fabricating high-tech electronics or rescuing photos from a 1990s era digital camera. The fastest method is last. We will prove that a single quality CAM file inspection program is sometimes all you need for complete mastery over various file types. In the world of electronics design, the CAM format is a specialized job file used by software like Autodesk Eagle. It acts as a set of instructions that tells the computer-aided manufacturing system exactly how to translate your 2D PCB design into the physical layers of copper, solder mask, and drill holes. In the vintage tech sphere, the extension belongs to the Casio QV series, the world's first consumer cameras with LCD screens. These files store raw sensor data in a proprietary format that modern smartphones and computers cannot recognize natively. Gerber CAM files are governed by manufacturing template protocols that map software layers to physical fabrication stages, often utilizing the RS-274X standard to define aperture shapes and draw commands. Casio CAM files follow a unique image wrapping protocol. They are essentially JFIF, JPEG bitstreams, hidden behind a proprietary 54-byte binary header. This header contains metadata specific to the QV series hardware that must be stripped or reinterpreted before the image can be viewed by standard photo applications. For CAM, Gerber Viewer or camera software is typically the most effective first attempt. Windows needs confirmation from specialized software for safe data access. Windows can detect the file, but not its meaning, so proper reading requires the associated program. Let's check which applications associate the file. Right-click your CAM file and click Open with, Test with Gerber Viewer camera software if available. If not, just choose another program from the installed list and see if it works. If the CAM file hasn't opened yet, take a breath. The source is most likely one of three common issues. Let's review this simple breakdown of the culprits and how to quickly check them. First, pinpointing the data source. Distinguish these by age and industry. If the file is found within a project or CAM folder of an electronics design suite, like Eagle or CAM 350, it is a PCB job file. If it is located on a vintage serial link backup or an old 1990s floppy disk, it is a Casio photograph. You can verify a Casio file by opening it in a hex editor. Look for the 07204D4D signature in the first few bytes. Gerber job files are usually plain text and contain legible instructions like section and export. Next, processing and conversion. To use a PCB CAM file, you must load it into the Eagle CAM processor to generate the actual production Gerbers, GBR. To view a Casio photo, you cannot simply rename it. You need a legacy converter like CAM to JPG, or a modern tool like XnView, which can strip the proprietary header and reveal the underlying JPEG data. Note that many of these older images are captured at very low resolutions, like 320x240, so they may appear extremely pixelated on modern 4K monitors. Finally, fixing missing layers and corrupt headers. If a Gerber job fails to generate files, it is usually because the path defined in the CAM file is pointing to a folder that doesn't exist. Ensuring your output directory is correctly mapped will fix the error. For Casio images, if a converter reports an invalid JFIF error, the 54-byte header may be slightly different depending on the specific camera model, e.g. QV10 versus QV100. Manually deleting everything before the FFD8FFE0 hex string, the start of a standard JPEG, in a hex editor can often manually rescue the image data. When standard associations break, it's typically because the CAM label is being used by an uncommon or proprietary application. To help resolve this, you might consider a tool with autonomous file reading capability that is designed to look past the extension name and inspect the internal data structure directly. When troubleshooting fails, FileMagick steps in. Its unique ability to instantly render a preview of the CAM file, even with archive errors, makes it essential. Find the tool at filemagick.com. Problem solved, just as promised. Show your support for detailed file guides by liking and subscribing before you finish up.